Have you ever felt a connection so deep, so electric, that losing it feels like someone ripped a piece of your soul away? That's the agony of losing a soulmate. 1 minute, they're your everything, your laughter, your comfort, your future. The next, silence. Empty space. A gaping hole where their presence used to be. And here's the burning question clawing at your heart. Could they come back? Could the universe somehow bring them to you again, in another life, another form? Today, we were diving into the mysteries of soulmate connections and the whispers of the afterlife that say maybe they can. Stick around, because what I'm about to share could change the way you see loss forever. Picture this. Sarah met James in college. Their connection was instant, like two puzzle pieces finally clicking together. They built a life, shared dreams, and then, in a heartbeat, James was gone. A car accident. No warning. Sarah was shattered. But months later she started having dreams, vivid, lifelike, where James would visit her. He'd say things only he would know, like how they joked about naming their first child after his grandfather. Coincidence? Or something more? That's what we're exploring. Soulmates aren't just random flings. They're mirrors, teachers, cosmic companions. And when one leaves, the bond doesn't just vanish. Energy never dies. It shifts, transforms. Think of it like a river. The water keeps flowing even if it changes direction. Your soulmate's energy? It's still out there, swirling in the universe, maybe even finding its way back to you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tell me how. Give me proof. And that's exactly what we'll uncover. But first, let's talk about the signs, those little breadcrumbs the universe drops to say, hey, I haven't forgotten you. Ever felt a sudden breeze when no windows were open? Caught a whiff of their cologne out of nowhere? Found pennies in odd places, exactly like they used to leave for you? These aren't accidents. They're winks from the other side. And here's the kicker. Science is starting to catch up. Studies on near-death experiences and past life regressions suggest consciousness might continue beyond death. Imagine that, your soulmate's essence, still vibrant, still reaching for you. But the real magic? Stories like Sarah's aren't rare. I've sketched thousands of soulmates, and time after time, people describe the same eerie coincidences, the same undeniable pull towards someone new who feels familiar. Too familiar. Could it be? Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to keep your heart open to the possibility that love doesn't end. It evolves. Now let's dive into the heart of it. What really happens when soulmates reincarnate? The truth is, love like that doesn't just vanish. It's energy, and energy, it transforms. Think of it like a river. The water changes course, but it never stops flowing. Here is why you might feel that uncanny familiarity with someone new. Your soulmate's essence could be right in front of you, just in a different form. Science is starting to catch up too. Studies on past life memories in kids, especially those who recall details they couldn't possibly know, suggest consciousness carries on. One boy described his previous home down to the wallpaper pattern, and guess what? It matched perfectly. So if your heart aches but also leaps at a stranger's smile, pay attention. Your soul might be yelling, "Hey, it's them!" Up next, I'll show you the 3 undeniable signs your soulmate is back and how to recognize them before doubt creeps in. Think about this. Have you ever locked eyes with a stranger and felt an unshakable familiarity, like you've known them for lifetimes? That's not just coincidence. It's your soul whispering, "Hey, pay attention." Here are the 3 undeniable signs your soulmate is reaching out from another life. First, the déjà vu moments. You walk into a place you've never been, but your body remembers. The smells, the sounds, it's all eerily familiar. That's your soul recognizing a scene from a past life. Second, the dreams. Vivid, emotionally charged dreams where you're together but in different times or settings. These aren't just random, they're soul memories bleeding through. And third, the unexplained knowing. You meet someone new, yet you instinctively understand their quirks, fears, and joys without explanation. It's like your souls already did the introductions centuries ago. Here's the kicker. These signs often come when you're not looking. Ever notice how the universe works that way? So next time you feel that electric pull towards someone new, trust it. Your heart might just be recognizing an old friend. Now here's where things get really fascinating. That electric pull you feel, it's not just chemistry, it's your soul whispering, "Hey, I know you." And ever bumped into someone and instantly felt like you've shared 1,000 laughs before, or locked eyes with a stranger and sensed their history without a word? That's recognition beyond the physical. Souls don't need introductions. They remember. Think of it like a fingerprint, unique, unchangeable, etched into your energy. Your soulmate might show up with different hair, a new accent, or even a changed gender, but the core essence, that stays. Your soul knows. Here's a wild example. Imagine a 5-year-old pointing to a random antique shop and saying, "That's where I worked when I was old." Then describing details, the smell of old books, a cracked floorboard near the counter, details they couldn't possibly know. Later, the parents discover the shop existed decades earlier, matching the child's description perfectly. Coincidence? Not a chance. But here's the kicker. This recognition isn't always instant. Sometimes it's a slow unraveling, like meeting someone and over time realizing their quirks sync with yours in impossible ways. Maybe they hum your childhood lullaby despite never hearing it. Or they share your irrational fear of elevator buttons, the exact same one from your past life. These aren't accidents. They're breadcrumbs left by the universe. Why does this matter? Because if you're searching for your soulmate, stop looking with your eyes. Start listening with your soul. That uneasy familiarity, that unexpected comfort with a stranger, don't dismiss it. Your heart's GPS might just be leading you home. Now let's talk about real people who've experienced this magic. Take Sarah, for example. She lost her husband, Mark, to cancer. Devastated, she swore she'd never love again. Then, years later, she met Jake, a barista at her local coffee shop. Strange, right? He had Mark's laugh, his habit of tapping his fingers when impatient, even his allergy to strawberries. Coincidence? Maybe. But when Jake mentioned dreaming of a blue hatchback, just like Mark's first car, Sarah knew. The universe had whispered. Or think about David, who'd always felt inexplicably drawn to Japan, a place he'd never visited. There, he met Aiko. On their first date, she recalled a vivid dream of being a soldier in 1940s Europe. David's grandfather, a WPO vet who'd often spoken of a Japanese nurse who saved his life. Chills. Here's the thing, souls don't forget. They leave clues, like fingerprints on your heart. So next time you feel that uncanny connection, lean in. Because sometimes love doesn't end, it just waits for the right moment to reintroduce itself. Okay, so you've felt that eerie familiarity, like you've known this new person forever. But how do you know it's really them? Here's the game changer. Souls recycle love like favorite songs. When they return, they leave echoes. First, watch for uncanny habits. Did your late partner hum off key? Now this new love does it too. Not coincidence. Souls carry quirks like fingerprints. Like, one client swore her reborn soulmate nervously tapped coffee cups, just like her late husband. Chills. Next, emotional déjà vu. Ever look into their eyes and feel time collapse? That's your soul shouting, "Remember me." Like Sarah, who burst into tears when her new boyfriend absent-mindedly scratched his elbow. Her husband's nervous tick. Here's the kicker. Shared memories they shouldn't have. Maybe they describe your childhood home, never seen photos, or recognize a song you've never played for them. It's like finding hidden notes in a book only you two read. But the ultimate sign? Effortless déjà love. Conversations flow like reruns. Inside jokes land before they're made. Your fights, strangely familiar resolutions. It's not new love, it's rehearsed. Think of it like your favorite sweater. Faded, maybe altered, but you'd know that fabric anywhere. Souls reweave themselves the same way. So trust those goosebumps. Your heart's GPS is smarter than you think. Now that we've uncovered those soul-shivering signs, the déjà vu, the inexplicable knowledge, the way your hearts sync like old dance partners, let's dive into the real magic. How to actively bridge the gap between you and their spirit. Because here's the thing, love doesn't just vanish, it morphs. And you've got a backstage pass to that connection. First, create a sacred space. It's not about fancy altars, though candles help. It's about frequency. Light their favorite scent, play that song they hummed off key. Boom, you've just tuned your room into their wavelength. Think of it like dialing their spiritual phone number. Next, journal conversations. Sounds wild? Wait, grab a notebook and talk to them. Start with simple things. Remember our rainy Sunday debates? Your pen will surprise you. One client told me her hand wrote, "I still hate cilantro," in handwriting identical to her late partner's. Chills. Here's where most stumble. They rush for grand signs. Stop. Spirit speaks in crumbs, a dime appearing where you cried, their signature laugh in a stranger's voice. Collect those crumbs, their love notes in a cosmic scavenger hunt. Lastly, dream intentionally. Before sleep, whisper, "Meet me in dreamland." One man dreamed his wife handed him a seashell. Next morning it sat on his pillow, still damp. Coincidence? Souls don't do coincidences. Your love story isn't over. It's just upgrading its delivery method. Stay open, stay messy, and most importantly, stop looking for lightning bolts. Spirit prefers to wink. Ever wondered why some soulmates ride the cosmic carousel back to us, while others seem to vanish into the spiritual mist? Here's the raw truth. It's not about worthiness. It's about divine choreography. Think of souls like radio frequencies. Some stay perfectly tuned, others need to drift to grow. That deep love you shared, it left an energetic fingerprint. But here's where it gets wild. Reunion depends on 3 soul contracts. First, the lesson cycle. Did you both complete what you came to teach each other? Second, the bravery factor. Some souls need multiple lifetimes to build courage for reunion. And third, free will. Even soulmates can choose separate paths mid-journey. One client dreamed of her late husband for years. Then at a cafe, a stranger quoted his exact catchphrase. Turns out he'd been reborn states away. Souls leave breadcrumbs when the timing's right. Your turn. Stop searching. Start noticing. Spirits' reunions work like clockwork. Precise, unhurried, and always worth the wait. Now let me share something personal with you. Years ago, I met someone who felt like home, an instant soul connection, but life had other plans. When they passed, the grief was unbearable. I'd see their face in crowds, hear their laugh in strangers. Sound familiar? That's when I realized soul connections don't fade, they evolve. Here's the twist. 6 months later, a client walked in clutching a coffee mug with my late soulmate's doodle on it. Not a common design. Coincidence? I don't believe in those. This stuff happens when we're open to the whispers, not just the screams. Your soulmate isn't gone. They're recalibrating. And when you least expect it, boom, the universe winks. Ever gotten that déjà vu with a stranger? That's your clue. The breadcrumbs are everywhere. You're just not seeing them yet. Next time you feel that pull toward someone new, don't question it. That's how soul contracts get renewed. So here we are, at the most exciting part, where your journey truly begins. Remember, soul connections aren't about chasing. They're about recognizing. You've learned that divine timing, completed lessons, and bravery play their parts. Now let's turn those breadcrumbs into a clear path. Imagine waking up one morning, and there's this unexplainable warmth in your chest, like a familiar whisper. You meet someone new, and suddenly the world feels lighter. That's not coincidence. That's your soul saying, hey, pay attention. Here's what you do next. Stop over-analyzing. Start trusting those goosebump moments. Keep a journal of déjà vu encounters or dreams. They're clues, not accidents. And most importantly, stay open. The universe doesn't knock, it nudges. Now here's your action plan. Click that subscribe button now. Smash that like button if this resonates, and tell me in the comments, when was the last time you felt that inexplicable pull towards someone? And remember what Rumi said, what you seek is seeking you. Your soulmate isn't lost, they're just taking a different route home. Now go on, your next chapter's waiting.